Hello, and welcome to the Real Estate Photography Podcast. My name is Drew Zink, and I'm a Buffalo, New York-based real estate photographer. Over the coming weeks, I'm going to be contributing to the Real Estate Photography Podcast. In my first video, I'd like to touch upon how I shoot my twilight exteriors. When I start shooting my twilights, I take two base exposures. A light one that you see here that retains detail in the front facade of the house, and also in the grass. And then I take a darker exposure where I lose some of the detail in the grass and the front facade, but the sky starts to become very dynamic and very punchy. Once I have those two base exposures, I stay at the darker exposure because I want to selectively use my flash to highlight certain areas of the front facade of the house. Specifically, major features such as the front door, garage doors, walkways, and windows. And in this case, on this house, I even included a flash over here in the far right portion of the front deck or front porch. Once I've brought all of my images into Lightroom and made any kind of color corrections that I need to, I then move all of my images over into Photoshop. Once in Photoshop, I take a combination of my two base exposures that you see here, one that retains detail in the grass, retains detail in the shadows, and starts to give me some great color in the sky. And what I do with this exposure is I darken it down to really give me vibrancy in the sky. From there, I mask back in the front portion of the house and the grass so that I get that great tonal range of a vibrant blue sky, but also great detail throughout the front of the house. On this particular image, I didn't like what the windows were doing because there was so much glare and it was so dark inside the house. So I masked in a separate layer for the windows. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't, but in this particular case, it really needed it. Once I've finished all my basic masking that you see here, I bring in my flash layers. On this particular house, I brought in the garage door first, and as you can tell, it really didn't do a whole lot. It's not showcasing the way I wanted it to. So what else do I have to do? I have to bring in a curves layer, and that curves layer gives it a lot of punch. It really sets it off from the rest of the house. And I do this all the way through the front of the house, selecting out each flash layer that I want so that I highlight different areas of the house. Now you'll notice that right over in here, there's something funky going on where I'm creeping into this post. So what I tend to do is once I have all my flash layers masked in, I will make a merged layer at the top. What that merged layer allows me to do is be able to just touch out certain areas in the image that may have been causing me problems during the masking process. Once I'm there, I merge all of my visible layers together and export the final image that you see here. Well, that's it for now. Thank you very much for taking in my first video, and I look forward to doing more. Have a good day.